So Instagram, you are amazing on Instagram. One of the things that you posted, and I could talk for days about what you post and how much it affects me for real. So what you hear a lot from influencers like Gary Vee is, don't worry about the aesthetics of your Instagram, or your Instagram is not an art gallery, just push out content, whatever. But then you meet creatives and you meet people that actually want to build a beautiful brand, and yourself, when you go on Instagram, you are attracted by aesthetics, right? If I go on a profile and everything is messy, I'm like, I don't think I need more messiness in my life. I'd rather go somewhere where it's also pleasing for the eye. So how do you find the balance, and what are other Instagram lies that people believe that are total nonsense?
Okay. I will say this. I want to point out there are tons of people who do not have a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing platform. I think that does come down to, again, that prayer and deciding what's best for you. But we do have to realize that most people who don't have that platform, they got their attention in a different way. Like Gary Vee was shocking the world because he was dropping F-bombs every sentence. And I was like, who is this guy cursing at me every time I watch a video, right? Yeah. And that worked for him. That's fine. But everyone, I believe, does have to have that attention-grabbing factor. And I knew that I did not want my page to be what I call a YouTube page, where they have like these cute little, poses and little pointies and letters and all that. That's not me. And so my way to kind of set myself apart from everyone else in the field of Instagram and business was for me to have my feed that spoke to me. And so, different things work for different people, but I truly feel like everyone does need that kind of shock factor, that attention grabber of some sort. And so, yes, I do believe that is a lie. Most people do want to see beautiful feeds or something of the sort. No one wants to see anything absolutely crazy. There's a lot of lies about Instagram that people believe. I think the biggest one that I'm seeing now is there's a lot of people who say that the first 20 or 30 minutes after you post kind of dictate your engagement. Like if you post and after 30 minutes nobody's liking it or commenting, or if you're not commenting back or all that different stuff, then Instagram is not going to show the rest of your audience your post. That's just crazy. That's not true whatsoever. The amount of audience who's going to see your post, they're going to see it regardless. There's been times where I will be out and forget to like comment back or even engage with people before I post it, and it didn't make a difference at all. Okay. And Instagram has actually debunked this themselves. So there's a lot of lies out here.
So what are the things that people don't know about Instagram that they should know, specifically for growing their audience?
Gosh, I would say the biggest thing, I feel like people are becoming more aware, but I don't think people understand how important it is to have video marketing on your page. Most people make buying decisions or even following decisions based on video. People want to see your face. They don't want to read a full book on your story when you write these super long tips and things like that. Video marketing is very important, and establishing a video presence builds trust, whether that be on Instagram Live. I like to use every part of Instagram, but whether that be Instagram Live or story or reel or even just a video on your page, wherever it may be, that's going to be very, very pertinent to your business and to your Instagram growth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people need to think about how they themselves might make buying decisions, whether that comes from like a single post or a whole funny thing that you also said in Bronco Business World, and I'm trying to not spoil the whole program because I feel so excited to talk about it all the time. But you did one sales funnel course in there, and for me, for a long time, sales funnels were these pages, like literally landing pages with a lot of text that I would never read, and I would never buy from those pages because I don't read that much when I buy things. So when I buy something, I buy from a person that I see face to face, or a podcast that I feel related to the voice. So something about the person, but never just like text, salesy text. So you said video content is very important. What are like other top Instagram brand building tips that you would have?
Top brand building tips, I would say, is always build a community first before you worry about trying to sell people, or even before growing a following. Growing a following is not equated to building a community. Those are two totally different things. You can build a community with 30 followers, and you can have 500,000 followers and zero community. So I say always focus on building that community first. That's going to help you build your brand. Those are people who are going to support you and love on you, to be honest.
So community in a way that like they will always come back to your Instagram lives, they will always comment, or how do you know that you have a community?
You'll know because they feel like friends. No, truly, and my tip. A lot of people say build community, and they don't really see what that means. Community is basically just having those friends, having people who, and for you to have good friends, you have to be a good friend. A lot of people forget that piece. So instead of just when someone comments on your, let's say a post, and someone comments, say, oh my gosh, this tip was so great, I don't just say, oh, thank you. You know, because if it's truly my friend, I want to know, oh, you know, what are you doing that this comment, that this caption really touched you? Like, oh my gosh, girl, are you finally starting your business? Are you like, what's going on in your life? I like to know, I like to connect. And that's how you build a community. You always think about how can you put your audience first, but also how can you just be friends with them? How can you not make it one-sided and all the time about you?
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure if anything here resonated with you that you leave a like, that you are subscribed, and that you leave something in the comments that could inspire someone else too. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.